Goeiemôre, good morning my geliefde vriende en daar hoe daai ou net op cue terwyl ek besig is om my video te maak. Goeiemôre my liewe vriende, good morning my dearest friends, my diverse friends. My friends who are living with me in a South Africa that we don't understand. We are a diverse group of people. I know I'm talking to people that are coming from different religious backgrounds. You might be Hindu, might be Jew, Muslim, Christian, African traditional religion, etc., etc. It's fine. I might be talking to someone who is of mixed race, who is Khoi or San or Bushman or Korana or Griqua. I might be talking to someone who is classified white, but who comes from different strands of European blood, of that dates, of Ir, of Scot, of Engels, of man, maak nie saak nie. Jy is hier, jy is 'n Suid-Afrikaner, jy is my vriend, you are my person. I might be talking to someone who is from Indian descent. You are from Indian descent, but you are South African because you are born in South Africa. So we acknowledge the fact that you might come from. Toe ek nou praat van die Khoi en die San, het ek nie eens gepraat van die Malay mense of die mense wat tans hulle self kleerling noem of bruin noem. Daai mense kom van al die agtergronde wat ek nou net genoem het. But I'm now referring to the people that have ancestors or people that were born in India, that were born in Malaysia, that were born in Saudi Arabia. There are now South Africans because they are second or third or fourth generation living here. I'm now also speaking to my black brothers. Did you know that there is a diverse group of black brothers and sisters? And I'm going to speak about the minorities as well. There are amongst the Nguni group, there's people that sees themselves as minorities. The Venda people, the Shangaan people, the Ndebele people, they see themselves as minorities because they are not many and they get treated like most of the minorities. I know we have different age groups. Kinders, jong mense, volwasse mense, senior burgers and so on. And now I'm also talking to people with different sexual orientations. For me, there's just two. The heterosexual people and then the gay people. Now I know they talk about LGBTQI as different sections, transsexual, bisexual, etc., etc. But I've got one word that they are, they fall under, well, they call themselves LGBTQI community. But for my om net dit te verstaan, daar's net twee groepe. I do get worried and I'm very concerned by the fact that there are now sexual orientated people that feel that to have sex with children is also a choice of sexual orientation. That is just plain down evil. Dit is uit die put van die hel. 'n Kind is nie 'n sexual partner nie. 'n Kind is 'n persoon wat beskerm moet word. So all the others, I acknowledge that they are there. I don't condone all of it, but I acknowledge that you do exist. And I am also not here to judge, for I am not a judge. I am not God, I am not Jesus, I am not Peter. I am Fatima, who's also fallible. I also sin my own sin. And I want us as especially Christians to get off our bandwagons and sit there with our fingers pointing. What Jesus said we must do is to love. If we can love people the way He did, you know what? It will turn a lot of people back to God. The other diversity or diverse thing that we have is our cultural identity. We are not the same. We don't see things the same. En dit vir almal daar buite wat wil ek net graag sê, nie al die breinmense kom van die Kaap af nie. Mina, ek en myself, and I am not from the Cape. No, I am from the North Cape, but I'm not from the Western Cape, because most people will ask, is jy van die Kaap af? Net omdat jy brein is en jy praat Afrikaans. Nee, ek kan nie eens myself vereenselwig of identifiseer met die breinmense in die Kaap nie, want hulle het 'n totale ander tipe kultuur. Ons hier in Gauteng het 'n ander tipe kultuur, ons doen dinge anders, ons praat anders, ons het 'n ander manier van dinge doen. Die mense in die Noord-Kaap is anders as ons hier in die Gauteng. We always have to have that in mind. Even, daar is ook streekskulture. Al die nasionaliteite en al die streke is soos mekaar. Die wit man van Weskaap is ook nie die wit man van Gauteng nie. Ons hulle kyk sien dinge uit 'n ander glas as gevolg van waar hulle groot geword het. I just wanted to point all of that out to say the following. Even though we are different in many ways, those differences makes us similar. The fact that we are different also makes us the same. Ek het gepraat van my Indian diversity, the Muslim, the Hindu, the Baha'i, the Buddhist, and so on. That's now their different religions. Ek wou net daai gesê het, want dit gaan maar die hele tyd plaas ek klaar. Although we have all those differences, my brothers and sisters, we have so many similarities. The fact that we are from these little clusters and so on does not mean that we are enemies of one another. It does not mean that because you prepare your food a certain way that is now what is supposed to separate us. No, our diversities, our differences should be embraced, should be celebrated, should be seen as, oh, let me learn more about you. Let me learn about your language. Let me learn how you prepare your food. How do you make your curry? How do you make your samosa? How do you make your kusster? Why have we managed over the years to let those differences create a wedge amongst us? I have heard people of Afrikaans descent say, nee, ek wil nie daai slangtaal leer nie, ek sal nie Zulu leer nie, vir wat moet ek Zulu leer? Jy weet jy wat? As jy leer om ander mense se tale net te verstaan, dan sal jy dalk hoor wanneer iemand sê Zogulaya. Dan weet jy, hy sê, gaan jou nou vrek maak, want jy verstaan. Right? So let's take that also as a survival technique. Learning someone else's language so that you can be... What is a language? It's a communication tool. That's it. So if we don't learn from one another, if we don't teach each other our ways of life, we will always be strangers. And it is easy for a stranger to become an enemy. What do we have in common? We are human. Yes. We are human beings. We South Africans. We want peace. We want the basics. We want food, shelter, clothing, a job, a way of making a living. That's what we have in common. So as long as now I'm going to speak to the minority specifically. Solank as ons wat minderheidsgroepe is, mekaar gaan aankyk as vyande, gaan die ANC, ja, ek het dit gesê, hulle moet my maak om arresteer, want hulle maak ons nou wette wat net vir hulle self werk, en verder onderteken, die swap net dokumente, daar in Engeland, of wherever hy nou sit, hy onderteken al van 1994 af, onderteken hy hierdie land in sy glorie in. Ek praat nou van julle president, sogenaamde president, Cyril Ramaphosa. As long as we, as South Africans, as minority groups, see each other as enemies, the real enemy will be victorious. Now, this is a call. This is a call to all Indian, white, and colored. I have to use the word colored so that you can identify, but I call myself a brown woman. Ek is 'n bruin vrou, right? We have to wake up and start realizing that this fight is to conquer and to control us. The ANC is out to conquer, control, manipulate, and eventually destroy us. Yes, I said it. Okay? So, laat ons daai blinkers afhaal en begin met jou minderheids buddy, your Indian friend, your colored friend, and your white friend. And yes, you will never know who's a Zulu, who's a Venda, who's a Tswana, whatever. But reach out to your white brother, your black brother as well. We cannot continue to be strangers to one another, because as I said before, as long as we are strangers, we will easily become each other's enemies. So, hierdie was 'n recording gewees want ek is weer in Facebook tronk geplaas deur swape wat voel hulle wil Fatima Abdool se mond stil maak, maar weet jy wat, ons maak verskillende planne. So julle wat julle dag geniet, ek gaan nou in 'n vergadering. Dis die 13 Oktober, 10:00 het ek 'n vergadering met die minderheidspartye by die raad. Ek sal vir julle op hoogte hou. En ek weet julle wat, ek is in die raad nie vir myself nie, nee. Ek is hier om julle te verteenwoordig en om julle op hoogte te hou van wat besig is om te gebeur. Bid vir ons minderheidspartye, minderheidsgroepe wat nou ons sake en ons mense moet verteenwoordig. Die Here seën vir julle. Ciao.